Hey everybody, what's up? Today is August the 8th, the last day of the Olympics that I think already finished in Tokyo. How has your country performed? In this video, I wanted to share with you some thoughts about how the ranking based on the medals is organized. Because if you look at the number of medals depending on the country you're from, for example, you have a different ranking. For example, in the United States, they tend to rank before everybody else the countries that have the highest number of medals. But in almost all the other states of the world, including I think every European state, the ranking is based on the number of gold. They have the so-called 5-3-1 system, so that a gold medal is valued 5 points, a silver medal is valued 3 points, and the bronze just 1. So just from this fact, you can notice that the United States perform better if you value the highest number of medals collected. They are over China, way better than China in the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, but like I think 10 medals over China in this edition of the Olympics. But if you consider instead the highest number of gold, China is first. So you see that there's some small differences, and every state use the criteria they want to have the ranking that probably puts them in the best best situation as possible. I think another valuable thing to consider is the ratio of the number of medals over the total population of the country you're considering. And there was this article that I may mention in the comments of The Guardian that said, which is the state that performed the best in this Olympics? The US, China, or San Marino? Maybe most of you don't know where San Marino is, and if you don't know where San Marino is, you're probably not even gonna find it in the map because it's very little. It's in the center of Italy, but it's a separate state. And San Marino has the highest ratio of medals per total population. And they just got 3 medals. They, of course, are not even in the top 30 countries with the highest number of medals collected. But if you consider that out of the population, they're the first in the world. And another country that performed so well with this ratio is the Bermuda. Nobody talks about Bermuda and San Marino, but I mean, this is a funny fact, and this might be interesting because the Olympics, a lot of people have the attention on them now, and they're totally it's an attention that's totally worth it. I like watching them so much, but I want to use these thoughts to remind everybody, guys, here that based on the fact that you organize data in a different way, you can tell different stories. So if you want to tell a certain story, you can organize data in a way that you want to demonstrate and what you want to say, that your thesis is true and the other thesis is false, of course. There's a book I want to read that's super suggested. It's called How to Lie with Data, and it talks about this. It talks about the fact that just because you give data, it doesn't mean you're telling the truth, because it all depends on how you use data. Please let there be no misunderstanding. I don't want to read this to lie with data, but just not to be fooled by people that lie with data. So what do you think? What do you think is the best medal for the Olympics? Have you read this book? Do you suggest me to read it? Anything you want to ask, please comment below, and see you in the next video.